I am super excited to bring you guys today's deck because it is an Esper deck that has a very unique win con, and the deck was built around one of my favorite cards currently in Standard. We are talking about Quasar, Augur of Agonies. And if you guys don't know what this card does, essentially every time we draw a card, we're pinging our opponent for 1 life and gaining 1 life, which is going to be our win con. Now, we also have Shieldred in this deck because Shieldred is going to play in a similar factor where we draw a card, we gain life. The opponent draws a card, they're being dealt damage. Now, not exactly the exact same thing, but it's within the ballpark that it plays extremely well with Quasar. We've got some really great connive abilities because there are other ways to draw cards aside from just drawing them straight up. We can connive with things like Rafine as well as the Obscura Interceptor. Both of these cards do connive. They offer obviously big bodies to attack with, and also there's the ability to gain life on these cards. The rest of the deck allows us to play some removal throughout the game to get to the late game in order to pull this off. We've obviously got Meathook Massacre, Void Rend, some pretty powerful cards, but this deck is a lot of fun. We're trying to basically meme our way to a victory, and we're doing it in Mythic Ladder, and believe it or not, we kind of stomped our way through Mono Blue pretty good this video, so enjoy that. But before we get into the games, there will be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, down below there's a link in the description for the full deck list, and if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, it helps very much with the channel, and I'd greatly appreciate it. With that being said though, guys, enjoy today's games. We'll see you at the end. Peace. All right, we are jumping right into some Esper draw power here on Mythic Ladder. We were able to grind up to 95%, which I'm super excited about. We did a bit of meta grinding, but I am going to be trying something a little bit different today, and I'm really excited to see how it holds up here on Mythic. We're trying out a Quasar deck. Quasar mixed, of course, with Shieldred. It's something I've been dying to do for quite some time now. And it just so happens that it works really well with things like Rafine as well. We are up against potentially mono blue here though, so good chance this doesn't resolve. We got to try though, and it does stick. That's great. Looks like Fading Hope might be in its future here. Yep, but they do have to pay the 1 ward cost though. That's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer because now they go to 3 mana, which is much different than the 2 we just saw there. It opens the door for so many more counter spells to potentially hit us. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be a very tricky game to navigate here for sure. Maybe we try to flash in an Interceptor here. I'm not sure. Let's go and pass the turn here. You never know. They may actually settle for trying to play out a Jhin, and if they do, the Interceptor can make a bounce spell, or that even. That's great. They open up their mana here. Part of me wants to make sure I continuously drop threats every turn. I know I get bigger, but I think I need to drop the land here. I think I need to drop the land here. I know had I dropped down another card here, I would have been able to go to a 4/2 and potentially deal a lot more damage as time passes. But the problem with that is, you know, eventually we got to get them to run out of value in their hand. So the only way to do that is to continuously play threats over and over again. Looks like they may not have another Fading Hope in hand, which is fantastic. That actually helps a lot. No Fading Hope means good news for us. Man, in a perfect world, it'd be great to get down a Kaito, but or Kaito, but I have a feeling they're gonna try to cast the Thirst for Discovery again here. So we'll go ahead and just do a little bit of a rinse repeat action here. I think we're playing this is about as good as we can hope. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Meathook here. I don't think Meathook's gonna be relevant. We do get a Skybridge Towers, which is a draw a card down the road type of a play. That's fantastic too because we have Void Rend, which cannot be countered, by the way. This is actually working out extremely well for us right now. We're doing a great job of getting around all their threats here. They can Fading Hope their Jhin back to their hand though. Is that something they are wanting to do? They do. Okay. So I go for the Fading Hope play, which does leave my interceptors open to not being bounced, which I can really appreciate. We go up to 30 health, which is also fantastic. They drop a Jhin again. And what's great about this is the fact that Rafine can come down now, and we can look to, you know, connive on top of the interceptors. And if we connive with the interceptor, it can get big enough to kill the Jhin as well. So both of these interceptors are going to be at least 4 powered creatures. Let's see what we can do here. That'll work. It is now a 5-3, so it gets around the Jhin perfectly. The other one dies to the Jhin though, so it's a bit of a bummer. That's tough. Okay, well, do we draw 1 card here, or do we allow this just to get bounced here? I think we just allow it to get bounced. That's kind of tough. We are going to lose our Obscura Interceptor to the Jhin, because they will make a block here. There's no way they can get around that. But Rafine, I mean, is still sitting out there. It's a beautiful threat, because it can connive and get bigger every single turn. They say good game, are they? Wow, they give it up. Interesting. They had the block there. I mean, they could have definitely taken out the interceptor with that block. So I'm surprised they were so quick to give up. I guess they were scared of the Rafine. But I think we played that about as good as we could. So I'm very happy with that. On to the next. All right, that was a pretty good game. I do want to try to win this next game, maybe by, you know, having our opponent's life drained because of the fact that we're drawing cards. That's kind of the goal. So I'm hoping that we can make that happen. Let's see here. Opening hand is really good. We got a turn 2 into a turn 4, but hopefully the Stowaway can find us a Rafine or something like that off of its you know, draw mechanic. We're up against another mono blue, maybe. I hope not. Yeah, it is. Sure is. Sure is. We're gonna have to try to navigate this again. Wish me luck. I don't know if I can do it twice in a row. Going second doesn't help either. The Stowaway does resolve though, which is actually really good, because if you know, if they pass the turn, which they typically like to do as mono blue because they have instant speed plays, this will transform and I get to draw some cards. That's super helpful. Wow, they do pass it on over. And we're actually drawing cards. There's no Fading Hopes in hand for the opponent here. Wow. Let's see if we can get a second Stowaway down. Highly doubtful, but you never know. Yep, make disappear. I figured as much. Totally fine though. They play out the Jhin, which can't block, unfortunately, our werewolf here. 1 mana down. Kind of makes me want to play out my Quasar, to be honest, so we can start dealing them damage. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. Does stick. We do get the attack through. We do draw a card. Love it. Negate in hand. Oh, I love that as well. That's huge. The Jhin though could get extremely big, and that's kind of scary. But we have everything we could ask for in our hand right now with a Void Rend. Void Rend. This is why it's here, baby. It does not get countered. I can kill the Jhin at any moment. Let's go ahead and get this in here. Draw another card. Just pinging their life total to absolute nothing. If we play the Shieldred, we can't hold open a negate. So I think I'd rather hold the negate and maybe just Void Rend the Jhin. I think that's the move. Play this slow. We're so far ahead at this point. I'm just gonna play this slow. That is, oh, it's such an obscure target. It really is. But I think I still want to stick to the Jhin play. I think the Jhin is too scary to be on the field. I don't think anything else is coming after this 5/5. Nice. There's ways I could have played that differently. Obviously, I could have intercepted that, which would have been equally as good. All right, so if I draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, it's not enough to kill them. Let's go ahead and just maybe Shieldred and then keep my 2 mana open for a negate. Seems fine to me. That should be enough to close the game though. Opponent's down to 5. Every time we draw cards, we're hurting them. Every time they draw cards, they're getting hurt. So boom, we take down mono blue 2 times. Let's go. Let's freaking go. All right, so we're Mono Blue's worst nightmare, apparently. Love that. Opening hand here, we've got, oh man, we've got a scary keep here if we do end up keeping. But if we find a black source, man, this hand is fire. Gosh, I don't think I can put my faith in finding a singular land that needs to be a specific color. All right, this is much better. We have the Suspicious Stowaway into Kaito. Just do it like so. I don't need the 2 tap lands. That could really throw off the curve here. 2 tap lands would have definitely thrown off the curve. Do not tell me this is another mono blue deck, guys. Please. We can do more than just mono blue, right? All right, let's get in there with this. No interactions, but that doesn't mean they don't have a counter spell. We're about to find out. Yep, they do have a counter spell. Bummer. Bummer. Make disappear. There it is. At least the werewolf is, you know, resolved, and it doesn't appear that they have any sort of Fading Hope or Infernal Grasp type of a play. So hopefully we can get, you know, plenty of card draw off of the werewolf. We shall see, but a meat hook for 1 also seems good, and it is good. That is such a bummer, man. The meat hook blows us out there. Ah, yikes. Okay, well, I'm gonna go Quasar. Hopefully it sticks. Let's just make sure we keep forcing them to have the removal. I'm just a little bit bummed out on how that played out, man. A single, you know, make disappear really blew us up there, because if we could have gotten Kaito down and drew an extra card on top of that, you know, and then the meat hook's not nearly as good. I mean, there's a lot of things that would have been really nice there. All right, let's just keep attacking him with Quasar and see if we can body them with the a simple 3/4. Let's do it. Let the beatdown begin. Interceptor's really great here. This doesn't bounce up. Okay, I don't think this can bounce this. Whenever it can turn out to target spell to owner's hand. Yeah, it doesn't bounce that. But we do open the door for 3 cards here. I think that was a nice play. I think this is the best play we could have gotten off of there. All right, so the opponent's sitting on, you know, 4 mana, 5 now. 5 mana. Okay. Part of me wants to try to resolve this, but it also says that, you know, we're definitely going to get countered. So I am going to pass the turn, and I think I'm going to flash in the interceptor here, which... Yeah, I'm going to flash in the interceptor. I think that's the move here. Beating him down for 4 at a time seems pretty good. Also looks like they might have something for instant speed here they're going to try to cast. They do. So let's see if we can slow that down here a little bit. Make disappear doesn't work here because we can pay the 2. Nice. Void Rend. Actually, I don't think Meat Hook's going to be very good. All right, we're going to return that back to your hand. Siphoning Insight. Interesting. Interesting. Don't like that though. I really don't like that at all. Because you know, with us being Esper, it works really well with their deck most of the time. And they do have an Invoke Despair. What a bummer. I'm glad they only got a land off of us, but my goodness, an Invoke Despair is quite the card. It is quite the card. All right, Shieldred into potentially a Void Rend seems pretty good. Another Invoke Despair though. I'd really like to have an Interceptor ready for that. And you know that they're going to have another one at some point. I just don't know when, if they have it now or not. Do we get greedy? Do we not get greedy, man? I don't know. I think I'm going to go Interceptor. I got to stop any potential Invoke Despair if they have it. All right, no Invoke Despair. Does the Obscura hit? Man, this is not the matchup for us, is it? It doesn't appear to be, no. I'm nervous, man. I am nervous. All right, this gets countered. It is what it is. We have Shieldred, we have Quasar, both things very powerful. And we can play both of them out now, so you know, a little bit of a double trouble situation, but the Meat Hook Massacre would be absolutely unfortunate to say the least. Shieldred hits him for 2. Hopefully, you know, they're gonna look to draw some cards here and make some mistakes, but I highly doubt it. Meat hook for 5. There it is. Yep. We knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. They gained that 2 life right back. And I think that's official for us here as far as the game goes. I'm pretty sure this is over. They just had too many answers in a row for us. Starting off with that make disappear just really kind of blew out the tempo of our game here. Yep. And there's the another invoke despair. Bummer. We have answers for the invoke despair. We obviously have things like negate. You know, another interceptor would have been nice, but the tempo of this game was never in our favor, so it's all good. We tried our best. There's an interceptor. You never know. You never know. We'll see. I keep forgetting I'm out of water in my cup. I keep picking it up to drink. All right. Graveyard Trespasser. Yep. Sure. Doesn't matter if I bounce that back to their hand. They just replay it, so. All right, here comes the interceptor again, trying to get through, but it looks like it's gonna get countered, I'm sure. No counter, huh? Ooh, Kaito, interesting. Interesting. I mean, that's some card draw, which, you know, card draw leads to, you know, the late game, and hopefully some value. I'm going to just attack here. I'm not going to play out the Rafine, because if I Rafine, I'm going to connive, and then I have to be forced to either give up the Kaito or potentially another good card off the top, depending on what it ends up being. We make that trade, though, all day. We gain that life. Beautiful. Hopefully Kaito resolves. I highly doubt it. If it does resolve, though, it does phase out for a turn, so I should be able to get it for at least 2 turns. But no, they have the creature that does actually end up countering Kaito, which is a bit of a bummer. I do draw a card, though, so ultimately we get a little bit of a net positive there, but does Rafine resolve? Maybe. Maybe. Make this appear. I can pay for, oh, I can't pay for 2 of those though, and I had the land in hand here to pay for that, but chose not to play it. And the reason I didn't play the land out here was simply because I wanted to have something to connive with later, so I kept it in hand so I could throw it away. But that ended up biting me in the butt there, didn't it? I didn't expect them to make disappear and casualty their own creature there, but I guess I should have thought that through. I think we're grasping at straws at this point. I am looking to maybe concede this next turn if I don't draw something incredible off the top. It's not incredible, but it is something. Let's see if it resolves. Already going for the concede button here. Yeah, that's gonna be, well, I draw a card. I mean, they keep giving me a little bit of hope here. I do draw a card. Hold on. What is the card? And it's a land that comes in tapped, but I can draw a card later with it, but it's a little too late. So GG's. It is what it is. That was a tough matchup, man. We're getting a lot of control matchups, which really kind of stinks, but it's okay. All right, third game against Demir, man. I think the removal was just too much. I mean, the sweepers really got us there badly. And the early you know, Kaito counter was too much for us to bear. Opening hand here actually looks pretty good. Got a nice curve out with the stowaway into potential Void Rend on a target. We'll see what we're up against, though. Looks like mono black of some sort. Stowaway all day. This little 2-drop. Taking a little bit of damage from this reckless raid. Looks like they have something. Okay, thank goodness. I thought they had removal for the stowaway. I was actually pretty nervous there. All right, so no removal for the stowaway. Love that. And another Void Rend is really nice. Let's go ahead and attack in here. We're looking to transform the stowaway, to be honest. And I mean, the hand looks great. I think I'm gonna give up a land here. All right, transform. We'll probably Void Rend one of these creatures away here. What is their 3-drop though? That's the big question. They're not going to show me just yet, huh? All right, we'll Void Rend the Bloodthirsty Adversary. No problems. We don't want no problems. Fable, okay. Fable. How important is it to keep our werewolf alive? Oh, well, we draw a second one, so maybe not that important. Maybe we do go for a meat hook here for 2. Is meat hook for 2 good? I mean, getting them to stop generating treasures seems pretty nice, but I don't know, man. What's the call here? What is the call here? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the meat hook or not. I really have no idea if this is the right call with the meat hook to blow up the board. It feels right, though. It feels right, I think. I don't know. I don't like them getting the treasures. Getting treasures is just a lot of value for them, to be honest. I have a backup stowaway, so I mean, there's value there later. But yeah, that hurts a little bit, I can't lie. It hurts a little bit blowing up my own stowaway there. All right, they throw away a land and an infernal grasp, which they would have killed the werewolf with. So I'm actually kind of glad we did that then. All right, so they hit us with a curse. We don't care too much about the curse, to be honest. Do we go with Shieldred? It's a good body to block this with. It doesn't have Death Touch. I think this is a fair card here to play. I think this is a fine choice. I don't like that, you know, Kiki Jiki's here now, though, because it can copy things. We'll see what we can do about that. Obviously, we're holding on to one more Void Rend, which is super helpful. Would love to get the Obscura down soon, but I don't know if we're going to get a good time for that. Yeah, I think we block here. I think we block here because, you know, they're gaining life every single turn with that thing. So getting rid of it seems like it's going to be pretty important. And we do draw a land, which is so helpful because what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to play out the stowaway. It is nighttime. We're going to pass the turn and I'm going to Void Rend the Storm Charger when they go to copy it. So once they go to target the copy, I'm going to blow it up. Beautiful. We blow it up. No problems. It's gone. Nothing to copy. Kiki Jiki's tapped for a turn. And I think we maximized our value there in that turn. All right, so we're drawing a card with the werewolf here. Maybe we get down Quasar and start pinging him for some damage. I'm not sure. Not sure. Or do we hold the... it's either hold Interceptor here. I think I'm going to hold the Interceptor. I think I'm gonna hold Interceptor, but then again, if I play out the Obscura Interceptor, I do die to a simple 2/2. Bummer, man. Maybe that wasn't the play. Maybe the play was to get down either a Quasar or a Rafine here. I think getting down Rafine would have been the play, but I messed that up. I jumped the gun a little early because again, if I play the Obscura Interceptor, that's great and everything. I could bounce something back to their hand, which might end up being the right play, but they still copy the 2/2, and if they copy the 2/2, they're going to create more treasures, which you hate to see. So yeah, here comes the copy. Oh, they don't even copy it. Wow. All right, fair enough. We kind of dodged a bullet there a little bit. That is huge. Okay, I'm glad I did go with the Interceptor then on second thought. All right, how long can we fend that off though until we find a negate, you know what I mean? 1, 2, this leaves me with 3 mana left over, so I'm gonna need an Interceptor one more time here, just one more time, and not invoke Despair. I'm looking for that negate though, really looking for that negate. So if I go this route, I'm only left with 2 mana, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and pass the turn here. Tough game, man, tough game. We're navigating some tricky waters at the moment, man. Second Kiki Jiki, bit of a bummer. There's the second Invoke Despair. They play it pre-combat this time. A second Shieldred is not necessary. All right. They do attack in with everybody. I am going to go ahead and allow it because we gain all this life back with the Interceptors being lifelink. So we allow the damage to come through. Not a big deal. A second. Oh, gosh darn it. A third Fable. Kind of crazy. All right. We have to find this negate. So I'm going to go with Rafine here. Give me a lot of cards deep. And we don't find a negate. Shoot. Okay. Well. That is a bit of a bummer. All right. Is what it is, though. It is what it is. Okay. No negate, huh? This many cards deep. We haven't found a single negate. That Invoke Despair is gonna be brutal. But what is nice here, though, is that, oh, let's go. We found a negate. Okay, thank goodness. Thank you, Stowaway. Thank you, Stowaway. Oh, you absolutely clutched it for us here. Beautiful. We needed this for... Gosh, we needed that badly. I'm so happy we found it. Okay. They dropped the Invoke Despair off? What? What? Why would they do that? That seems so odd. Why would they do that? I guess because they didn't want to invest so much more mana into the board knowing it was going to get bounced again by another interceptor. They haven't seen a negate from us. I'm surprised they made that call. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Do they have a Meathook Massacre maybe? Is that what it is? 2, 3, so they can go 2? No Meathook Massacre. I am thoroughly confused, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what is exactly happening at the moment. Don't know why somebody would throw away a Despair. They had the mana to cast it. I don't know. I do not know, but they're gonna go ahead and try to ping us for a little bit more damage, gain a little bit more life here. I worked so hard to get that negate for no reason. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this over the Shieldred because we're gonna be drawing a lot of cards on this attack, so let's go ahead and try to make it as painful as possible. Wow, you hate to see that. We have a pretty good hand anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but all right, the Rafine's not going to be doing nearly as much damage though, not being able to actually drop off good permanents and spells. But hey, it pans out. We got a 5/3 that's going to gain us life, but it's going to run right into a Graveyard Trespasser, and then we've got 2 more damage getting through, and 1 from the Meathook, so they're down to 3. They're down to 3. We're up to what, 29? And okay. They're down to 2. My mistake. And then we have, you know, Shieldred to close the game out. Also a negate to protect any sort of big spell this turn. If it's a Meathook Massacre, I'm ready for it. Not a Meathook Massacre. So, GG's, my friend. I think we've closed this one out. Love it. Absolutely love it. They're going to try to get super aggressive here, it looks like. But I don't think you're going to be anywhere near 30 damage, so... All right, there we go. Takes care of that problem. We're down to 21. Meathook gains us life and gains us more life, gains us more life. And we draw a card. Deals them damage. And we attack in here with everybody. Doesn't matter. All right. And we deal them 3 indirect damages from Quasar, and that'll be the game. Nice. Geez, very, very clean. That game was really fun. I'm still kind of shocked they dropped off that Invoke Despair, but I mean, we'll take it all day. I worked so hard for that negate. I really wanted to counter it, but on to the next. All right, let's go. We're having a good time, man. A good time. Can we take this thing up to 97%? That'd be great. That would be fantastic. Ending this strong. Well, we might be able to get 2 more games in, depending on how long this one goes. We'll see. Hope you guys had a great week, though, man. Thanks for tuning in today. I believe today's video is coming out on Wednesday, so happy hump day. And hope to see you guys tonight, man, on the live stream. We go live every single Wednesday night, so if you guys want to come hang out, that would be great. If you guys want to stop by and say what's up. Opening hand here. I get to go first. Again, though, pretty problematic opening hand. Oh, no, even worse. Okay, that's better, I suppose. Let's get rid of Shieldred. Oh no, we don't have a black source though. I didn't even notice that. Oh, this is gonna be bad. If we don't have a black source, we might as well drop off the land here. Gosh, I should have kept the first hand here, man. We're gonna get absolutely destroyed simply because of the shuffler here, which feels so obnoxiously annoying. All right, it is what it is. Meathook Massacre looking like a card we should have kept in the opening hand as well. All right, come on, black source, please. No, not like this. Not like this, ladies and gentlemen. Beast Caller is going to get well out of range of a Meathook Massacre. So in that case, I would need something a little bit better, like a Void Rend, but can't cast anything without a swamp. So wish me luck, man. We're going to need a lot of it in this game. Just a couple of really bad hands there. That kind of stuff bugs me, man. When you don't even get a chance to actually play Magic because you just get the shuffler treatment, you know what I mean? I am gonna play this for one. I don't care if it's just for one. It's just it's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to do. All right, you're saying there's a small chance here. You're saying there's a chance. Rafine's the best body to block with, so I think I'm going to go with Rafine, and it also does a good job protecting itself with its Ward 1 ability, because they're going to need at least a 2-mana spell to kill this thing, being that they're going to be dealing out red damage. Red cards typically mean burn spells means damage, so they're going to need something pretty big to take care of a 4 toughness creature, and I don't believe they're going to have the 1 extra mana to pay that ward cost. So I think having Rafine come down as a body to block with is fantastic. It connives next turn too, getting a little bit bigger. We could play Kaito, drawing an extra card, and hopefully we're right back into this game, but you never know. We have a long way to go. Okay, this does scream burn spell, actually. I'm still kind of okay with that, though. Because they pay the 1, I have a backup Rafine, so if they want to waste their turn just trying to blow this up, it is what it is. It's fine. All right, we got a little bit of a rinse repeat situation brewing here. Let's go for it. I don't know though if I'm willing to block this time if they want to go through with the attack, because that again screams burn spell again, and we don't exactly want to lose a second Rafine here, because it was okay for the first one because we had a backup, but the second one we might need a little bit more here. Taking 3 doesn't feel great though, I'm not gonna lie. A Void Rend would be really nice right about now. I'm just glad we've been able to fix the mana. All right, that at least, you know, shows me what they're up to, which is good. This gets trampled up because of the red and haste. Wow, that is a bit of a bummer, I can't lie. Part of me wants to go with the Quasar over the Kaito because of the life gain mechanics that we get off of it, so I think that's the move. Man, just a bummer the way this is kind of panning out at the moment. Void Rend, oh my gosh, such good cards here. What do we go with? Man, what a bummer. I really need the card draws, but Void Rend is about the best thing I could have asked for off the top. Bummer, man. Bummer. I don't know what the move there was, to be honest, guys. Could have gone either way, would have been fine either way, but I'm going with Void Rend just because of the threats we're seeing on the field here. I don't think we're going to be able to get this Beast Caller taken care of any other way. All right, it's a 5/5 now. You hate to see it. They do come through with everything, but I have to block something big. Oh no. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, that has no trample. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm dead. It doesn't matter how you slice it, we're actually dead. Well, that was a bit of a bummer. Shuffler didn't exactly pan out for us early on. It is what it is. No big deal, but we are not going to end it like this. So we're going to go ahead and play one more game here to kind of close it out. But yeah, I'd really like to close this out in a better fashion than that. Not allowing the shuffler to be what dictates our win or loss here. So gonna start a new game here. Opponent gets to go first. We have a keepable first hand, but not exactly the most ideal first hand. Meathook Massacres obviously looking pretty good though with the Gruul land coming out, because we just saw how quick that Gruul deck was. So having Meathooks are very, very important here, I think. Rafine off the top's not bad either. Got a nice little curve happening now. We have Negate, maybe into Rafine, depending on what they play out here. And it's actually Jund, and we get a great Negate off here. Let's go. Fable is a very good target for the Negate. No hesitation there. Rafine comes down. Right into Shieldred. I mean, everything's starting. See, this is what I needed the Shuffler to do last game. I needed it to give me a little bit more options early on. All right. We know that they're trying to fill up the graveyard, though, for some sort of reason, I would imagine, because they are Jund. They make me sacrifice a creature. That's fine. 1 for 1. It'll happen. It'll happen. I think they're playing the new Jund card that, you know, allows them to deal with lands in the graveyard, because they are playing sacrifice lands, which is a pretty clear indicator that that's going to be the move. That's a 5/4 body. I don't think it flies. Ah, Liliana of the Veil, of course. There goes another easy removal spell for them. Taking care of my threats very easily. Oh, but a backup. Let's go. I love that. Absolutely love that. Looks like the Meathook Massacre not going to be as good as I thought it initially was when we saw the Gruul land come down. So if I can connive those away later, I'd be very happy.
We all have things we know.
Ooh, Titan goes to the yard. Does that mean they're going to get the reanimation spell off this turn? It looks like that will be the case, I would imagine. I would imagine. But no, it's another kill spell. Soul Transfer. All right, we're going to go for a full 4 here. We need to just kind of refill the hand, rejuice it up here. We get a Void Rend for the Liliana, which I absolutely love, and a Negate, which can counter their reanimation spell later. So this actually worked out really nice. That was some great card draw there. And again, we don't need the Meathook. I don't think it's going to be able to answer anything important. Just need to make sure I have enough mana for the Negate on the reanimation spell. But okay, that's fine. Another Meathook actually pans out okay with these 2/2s on the field. Let's go ahead and let's just go Void Rend and then hold the Negate. Seems fair to me.
I'll be back with friends.
Gotta hold the Negate until I'm able to deal with any sort of you know, graveyard here. As long as this Titan is in the graveyard, we might as well consider that you know, coming down next turn. So all right, Fable, we're gonna have to let the Fable resolve. These Fables are not a problem as long as, again, I think we really just gotta focus in and hone in on stopping the opponent from hitting the reanimator spell. So let's go. Gosh, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go with this play here. Yeah, actually I regret that already. I should have waited one more second there to make it this. Actually, yeah, we'll play both. We'll play both. Why not? Why not? I was thinking maybe I'll just go with the Rafine and on second thought, because the Meathook's going to hit for 2, which is going to kill our Stowaway anyways. But I'm not actually going to cast the Meathook until this second Fable transfers over. I want to make sure I get full value out of those. So we're gonna maybe get a few cards off the Stowaway, which is nice. They throw away a second Titan from their hand, which is kind of ballsy because you're going to get enough treasures to cast it outright. I'm kind of glad they threw that to the graveyard now, which again makes my Negate even better. Yeah, they're really going to regret throwing that Titan away there, because they could have cast it straight from their hand, but they'd rather go with the reanimation spell. And this says put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. That's fine. That's a fine card. All right, we're gonna attack with both of these here. Quasar. Ooh, yeah, gotta get rid of it. Unfortunately, gotta get rid of it because we have a game plan here. We're sticking to it. Sticking to the game plan. Again, I may have made a small minor mistake. I'm making a little bit of mistakes here late in the game here. I probably should have used the connive ability on the werewolf because there's a chance that I could have gotten it to 3 toughness, and if I did, it would have avoided this meat hook that's inevitably about to hit the battlefield, which would have been super helpful. A little bit of a mistake. I got to slow down a little bit here. I'm starting to rush it a little bit. Starting to get a little impatient on my end. That's on me. Trying to play a little better, man. You know, I don't typically always get to Mythic. It's pretty rare that I do. So when I do, I try to play a little bit better and tighten up my play lines a bit. All right. Let's see if we can connive this to a 3. That'd be fantastic. All right. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If spell was kicked, exile target non-land permanent instead. Man, if I counter that, then the opponent's gonna get that reanimation off. I can't allow it. I have to let that go. I have to let that go. All right, it's fine. That's fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. We blow up the rest of their board here. Negate is still online. We have a very big silver scrutiny to get us back into this game as far as card advantage goes. And we're going to gain a bunch of life here, which is also super helpful. This is going to flip over to a 1/1. And what can it do exactly again? Exile target creature from graveyard. When you do, one colorless. Exile non-creature land, graveyard, one counter. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's not that threatening. The only thing we care about is that reanimator spell. That's it. Period. Ooh, another stowaway. All right, let's attack in here with the Rafine. I think we're going to be able to do this. It's a little bit of a sloppy game on my end, but I think we're going to be able to do this. I don't think conniving on the stowaway actually would have mattered, though, later in the game because of the Asunder. Okay, so they dropped the... I got to let it go. It's a bummer, but I got to let it go. Again, this negate has a very, very specific purpose here. Because once the Titan hits, the game's over. I think they know that I know that, though, because they've held on to one card in hand every single turn, which kind of tells me that they're very, very patient with not having it countered. All right, that's a little bit of a problem. It is a big creature that we have to worry about. All right, but I think we get a free scrutiny here for 3, which is nice. You know, it'd be really great off the top. Actually, would be a Void Rend right about now, so I can get rid of the Wind Grace. But the Wind Grace could pay a lot of mana here, discarding a land, giving it indestructible. So we got to keep an eye on that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. I don't believe they have a... Yeah, you can't flash in the reanimator spell for less than 5. So this will hit, and I should be pretty comfortable. All right, we do find the Void Rend. Absolutely love that. Love, love, love that. It can't be countered, and that means they don't have a land in hand, which is great to know. It's actually really good to know. We can play one of these. I'm gonna go and play out the Quasar here. because we're gonna draw cards, and it's a good body to block the Kieran with. Beautiful. All right, I think we've got it, guys. Again, we're sitting on that negate, being as patient as we possibly can. I believe the Titan of Industry is going to be making an appearance here any moment now, and we're going to shut it down. So their biggest mistake they made in this game was throwing away the second Titan when they already had one in the graveyard, because they could have cast it straight up and probably ended up winning this game. But create 3 devils, we don't care too much about that. I thought they were maybe going to sweep the board there, which actually would have been pretty annoying. But no, they go with the devils. But then they kill my stowaway. They can have the 3. I don't care. I don't care. It's Liliana as your last card, huh? And do we risk it? Because if I negate this and then their top deck next turn is a reanimator spell, holy, I'd be so upset. But I guess I've got the interceptor, right? Yeah, the interceptor's a good backup. Man, I waited so long to cast that. Let's see if I end up getting burned for not holding on to it just a little bit longer. All right, let's get the Shieldred in here. We send both attackers through. Staying aggressive here, staying aggressive. Drawing a card, discarding a card. There goes one more life total for them, bringing them down to 7. We're to 16. They lose 2 more here off the top. I have an interceptor for the last spell if it's the reanimator spell, and we should be able to close this game out, I hope. Come on, don't be anything crazy. That'll work. That'll work, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. That will do it. GG's. Wow, what a game. That is how we end strong right there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, with a little bit of help from our opponent, you know, not holding on to the second Titan though, but we'll still take it nonetheless. And what a great video, man. Let's go ahead and break it down. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today. This was a really big, this was a fun one for me, man. This was extremely fun. I had a blast playing this thing. If you guys don't know, I love Quasar. This is the 3rd time we're playing this card. And with Shieldred, I think it's only gotten better. So it was a lot of fun. We're going to break this thing down. But before I do so, I want to say a huge shout out to everyone who's made it this far into the video. It helps so much with the YouTube algorithm when you stay this long. So huge shout out to you. And I appreciate that a lot. And with that being said, let's take a look at today's deck, man. So there it is, Quasar. I don't know why I didn't see that. Quasar is the build around for today's deck. And we all know what this card does at this point in this video. It's very, very cool. It's a 3/4 body, which is nice for blocking, but also, you know, it ties into life gain and life drain, which is a really fun way to win Magic, because it's a passive ability that's really hard to interact with as opposed to just attacking through your opponent's defenses. Now, of course, we got a brand new card, Shieldred, which is super busted, that we've seen in a lot of mono black decks that everyone hates to see because its body is too big to be blown up by any sort of burn mechanics. And, you know, you need pretty specific removal to hit this thing because things like cut down don't quite cut it either. And, I mean, it creeps up on you quick when you're drawing cards and you're being dealt that damage. It creeps up on you really, really quick. And I thought it would pair nicely with Quasar. And then from there, I wanted to make this deck as competitive as possible and less of a meme because we are on the Mythic ladder. So I wanted to pair it with a pretty good mid-range package with Rafine because we've seen a lot of Esper decks in the past with Rafine where, you know, we're dealing damage passively over time and just, you know, being elusive by going over the top or being unblockable with the Suspicious Stowaway, and both of these things conniving over time will deal enough damage to be a secondary win con and be more of a surefire way to win the game. And it's hard to deal with the fact that it has a ward 1, and again, it is flying, and this is also unblockable. Now, we've also got other unblockable things with Kaito creating a ninja, which is great. Again, elusive threats, being able to attack, growing them bigger, a very nice additional win con to this deck, and a nice little supplement to the damage. And then of course I threw an Obscure Interceptor because it's a great, essentially a counter spell, and it gives us a body in as well as countering the play. It's not exactly countering the play, they get it back obviously, but I'm just saying it stops a big spell from being cast and we get a big body in return, which can kind of close out a game. And especially because the fact that it has Connive, it also triggers these one time. You know, it's a really great synergistic card to the deck. And then Void Ren was great removal. I had to splash a few of these in here. The fact that this can't get countered, I believe, is why we had such great pairings with the mono blue. Being able to blow up their Djinns and them not being able to answer it at all because it can't be countered is so good. It actually really shuts down that deck pretty hard, because if without the Jhin, they can't win the game. They do have obviously other threats like Delver and whatever, but for the most part, the Jhin is really what closes the game out for them. It's hard to deal with because it comes through 3 times and you lose the game, right? With the Delver and these other creatures, you can kind of block or like, you know, take a little bit more of an abuse from them for a little while longer. So Void Rend shuts that deck down pretty good. And then from there, we've got 2 negates just to kind of protect our game plan, because I wanted to make sure that our creatures were able to stay on the field and be protected while we draw away. And then I chose actually Silver Scrutiny, which is a really cool card. It's a flash card if you pay 3 or less for the X and you draw cards. So this is as good as, you know, the amount of mana you have, which is really nice. And you just got to remember, though, if you're going to play it for more than 3, you got to play it at sorcery speed, which, you know, sometimes you can forget pretty easily. And of course, we had a splash in Meat Hook Massacre because, you know, we don't have a ton of creatures here. We're not trying to go extremely wide, so might as well sweep the board if we're up against mono red, mono white, things like that. But that will conclude the deck breakdown, though, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, like I said. And before we get out of here, as always, a huge shout out to the Mardu Mob. If you guys don't know, the Mardu Mob, here, let me show you guys this shirt. It's really nice. It's really nice. Whoops, this way. The Mardu Mob is the membership program here on the channel, and I got to give these people a huge shout out at the end of every video, because I got to let them know just how much they mean to me, because they help support the channel and its growth, and it really does mean the world that they're helping me succeed in my goals. So I want to say a huge shout out and thank you to them, and also let them know that I am working on getting a box as soon as possible. It's not so much that I can't just go get a box of Dominaria, but I need to find a time to open it and record it, so that way I can get you guys that extra video as a members only video, as a little bit of an incentive for, you know, being part of the team. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I am working on that. And there will be a stream tonight. This is a Wednesday video. I record ahead of time, so it's always hard to tell, but this is a Wednesday video. There'll be a live stream tonight, so be sure to check that out. And it'll be in the evening. Just make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And that will conclude today's video, guys. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another one. Until next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. Yeah. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man, man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.